Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Previously, I have created a video on how to calculate NAV. There, I have not shown the trade impact, trade how it is impacting NAV, and I have got few requests to show the NAV impact for the trade and what is the unrealized and realized gain and loss. So today, I am going to create this video to make you understand what is the realized gain and loss and what is the unrealized gain and loss and how it is going to impact the NAV. So first we need to understand what is a unrealized gain and loss. So I will explain it with an example. So when there is a buy trade, we book into a fund for any of the security, we book it at the cost price. Okay. So cost price is the price with what you have purchased the security. So let's say that there is one fund where we have a security which is security X, and we have purchased in my fund 100 shares and the cost price is $50. Now let's assume on that day the closing price, so let's say I am taking it as a day 1, my closing price is going to be 52. So if I have to calculate a unrealized gain and loss for day 1, it will be my closing price minus my cost price into the number of shares. So in this case, it will be $200. So this is where, because my price has increased and I have not sold the security yet, I have just purchased it, but the price I have purchased it, which is my cost price, which is $50, and as the price has moved up, because I am holding this security, I am having an unrealized gain of $200. So that is when I am talking about an unrealized gain, that means I have not yet realized it or not yet actually got it, but I can say that I am in a gaining position because my whatever security I have purchased, that is going up. Now let me take an example of day 2, which is the next day. So let's assume on the next day the closing price for the same security X is $54. So what is happening here is, on the next day, day 2, if I have to do a unrealized gain and loss, here also in this case it will be a unrealized gain only. So what I am going to do here is I will take from the prior day. So 54 minus 52 into 100. So it is going to be 200. So this is my unrealized gain for day 2 and this is my unrealized gain for day 1. So next let's take for day 3. Let's assume on day 3 I have a drop in the price because not every day the price will be going high, right? X is 53. So if I have that, in that case, what will be the unrealized loss? So on day 3, I have a unrealized loss of $100. So what is going to be my total unrealized gain and loss for these 3 days? It will be 200 for day 1, 200 for day 2 and minus 100 for day 3. So totally it will be $300, which is my total unrealized gain and loss. But understand one thing, how I am going to show it into the NAV impact. NAV. Am I going to show the total or am I going to show individually? So if you are calculating a daily NAV for a fund, then what will happen is you have to take daily unrealized gain and loss. Because on day 1 you are calculating NAV, so you will be taking $200 which is gone up, so that is going to impact your NAV positively. Again on day 2 you will be only taking $200, you won't take for 54 minus 50 total 400, because out of that 400, 200 NAV impact you have already taken on day 1, and again on day 3 you will be only taking negative $100 which is going to impact your NAV. So when we are calculating unrealized gain and loss, it will be a non-pricing impact which is going to be shown in your NAV. But there is a catch. As I said that it is a non-pricing impact, but it is also we can also see it into the pricing impact. In the later part of the video, I will explain it how unrealized gain and loss is related to the pricing. Now we will be checking more into the realized gain and loss. What will happen on your realized gain and loss? So let's say on day 25, I have decided, or the IM have decided, that they are going to sell the security X, and the price at which they are selling is $60. So now I will discuss about the realized gain. So what will be the formula? So if you see here, my realized gain will be the price I sold and the price I purchased. So my selling price is 60. I have purchased it in 50. I had total 100 share. Assuming that all of my holdings I am selling, I will have a net profit of $1,000. Now, when on day 25, I am actually taking in the NAV impact, let's say on day 25's NAV, when I am calculating, I'm going to take the total $1,000 impact for the fund? No, because this $1,000 is comprises of day 1 plus day 2 plus day 3 and on till day 24. I have taken total impact till day 24. Unrealized impact I have already taken into the fund. So when on the day 25 I will be taking the impact of the realized gain and loss, I will be only taking the end of the day price of security X minus selling price for security X. So in this case, what happens is, this is what going to be my actual realized gain or loss for the NAV impact point of view. Now I was telling you how the NAV impact, how the unrealized gain and loss is related to the pricing. So as I said in my prior video, when we calculate NAV, NAV will have two components. One will be a non-pricing component. One will be my pricing component. What will be the non-pricing components? It will be like income, expense, unit deals, also the realized gain or loss. That means which is related to trade. Now, what is your pricing impact? What you do in your pricing impact? That is nothing but effect of price change of funds portfolio. So let's think of it. Let's say this particular fund, let's say this fund name is Fund A, and it is holding, it have only one holding, which is security X, 100 share of security X, which is purchased on day 1 with $50. So on day 1, I am taking how much is the movement. So it will be on day 1, I am calculating the price movement, which is 52 minus 50 into 100. Again on day 2 I am taking the price movement. So how you calculate the price movement? You don't take the total price of that day's holding. You only take, when we calculate NAV, we only take the price movement of my holding. So on day 2, okay, let me correct it. It should be day 2. So on day 2 it will be 54 minus my yesterday's closing price into 100. So this is how I am going to take. So my unrealized gain and loss is nothing but my price, effect of price change on holding. So this is how Every day I am taking the impact compared to this. Every day in my pricing impact, effect of price change of the portfolio, in from this realize from this cost price, I am every day taking the unrealized gain and loss impact into the fund. So on a day when I am actually selling my holding, it might seems to you that okay, the total realized gain and loss is quite high. It is, let's say it is 10%, it is impacting my NAV. But always look back, stop and check whether this is the total impact you are taking. Because if you are taking the total impact, you are overestimating your NAV, because you have already taken the prior days in the unrealized gain and loss. So this is one of the very important concept to understand when you are working in fund accounting. Because if anyone asks you normally that okay, what is the realized gain and loss and what is the unrealized gain and loss, it will be easier for you to answer. But it also depends on how your NAV's frequency is. If your fund's NAV is a daily fund, then only this will apply. If you are working on a fund which is a monthly fund, then this concept don't hold good even if you are doing a daily portfolio. So unrealized gain and loss will not matter on a daily basis, because ultimately if the security is sold and if it is a monthly fund, you will be taking the total impact, which is a realized impact. So hope this concept is clear to you about the unrealized and realized gain and loss for trade. If you have any doubt, please leave a comment into the comment section. I will definitely try to clear the doubt. That's all from my side. Thank you very much. Keep watching.